Hello, and welcome back. Game, there it is. There I am. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. And last time we had finished up at the Kew Gardens, and we were just getting started on a half-moon walk, which, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the final case. So, if we're very good, perhaps we can finish it tonight. Otherwise, perhaps we'll have to stretch it out. Right, we just talked to Lestrade, and he said that we could go and investigate. Alright, so we need to go here to the evidence room first. Let us investigate Leighton's belongings.
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon.
Indeed. Let's see.
It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
Interesting. Two shots.
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
That tracks.
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were two shots.
There were 2 shots. How about the watch?
A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt.
No doubt. Can
A
I?
cheap
All right, I can't. An apple and
These
some
cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting.
All right. Watson. Courtyard. Ready. Ready, a Webley, you say? Yes, it was a Webley revolver. Vader, good evening, sir. I hope you had a pleasant day. Let's attend to the mysteries ahead of us, shall we? Yes, yes, indeed. So, nothing fancy. Some boring, cheap cigarettes. A revolver with 2 shots fired, and well, nothing much. Ready, there's a mystery afoot. Indeed there is. So, now let us go and question. That'll close on its own, won't it? Yep.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Yes. Vader, that
Good
is all
evening,
about the
Mr.
Whitechapel
Chapman.
Boys, yes?
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
Yes, everything. First, let's build our character profile. I am not sure, Vader, if it is the Whitechapel Boys, to be honest. A deep scar. Occasional fights grew up on the street. Let's see. This way. Coat, sleeve, tattoo. Oh, he's been to Westgate. Fancy scarf, downtown fashion, cushy job, office desk. Recent beating, resisted arrest, hot-headed. There we go. Now, your story.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun. But he made a dash for it instead, and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
Ready, why are we assuming they only fired 2 shots? You can reload guns. Vader, he has a she-face mate. Well, it was a revolver, and there was only 2 cartridges that have been fired out of the 6, so that's what we're going with. Plus, people said they only heard the 2 shots.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
Ready, what if the cops came mid-reload?
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward.
A firework?
As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man.
Ready. The only 2 shots means they're accurate, maybe military police background? Could be.
Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps it's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
Why follow?
Leighton, I confess I am puzzled. Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
Piece of wood, door key, Westgate prisoners, Turner's limp.
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you not?
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
Oh, God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Brian Vercotti.
Would you tell me a little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery.
Ooh.
Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
All right.
Mr. Holmes?
Police officer. Hello, night paper. Welcome. Reddy, who invited her? I mean, everyone's welcome as long as they behave themselves, Reddy. No, I don't think we need to go to the morgue yet. Alright, so let's see. Evidence. Westgate prisoners. This man's limp. A piece of wood. And the door key. And we have Leighton Chapman. Bio. Okay. Visit the crime scene and talk to the witnesses at Moon Street. Interrogate Leighton and examine his belongings at Scotland Yard. We've done that. So now we just need to solve the crime. Is that enough to go on? Well, let's put some things together, shall we? Leighton's statement. Leighton Chapman stated that he saw a person leaning over a dead body just as he entered the scene. Leighton took a gun from the body, set off in pursuit of the man, but he was blinded by a flash of bright light. Old acquaintance. Lootless. Leighton Chapman had nothing of any value in possession when he was caught by the police directly after the crime. Okay. Once more, paid attention to Mr. Turner's window while he was running past the dead bodies. He did not observe anyone next to the window. It was dark there. Mr. Turner said that he remained near his window until Leighton was caught by the police, who came from the direction of Whitechapel High Street. Before we start connecting any dots, let's return to the scene of the crime. Perhaps they'll be able to ask some more questions. Yay, we're here. Hello, Watson. Alright. So down this dark, creepy alley. Oh.
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
Now, calm down.
A fairly long pole with a forked end.
Could mean nothing, could be of interest. Okay. Anything else? Constable Mark.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, I can't talk to you anymore. Shot in the gut. Shot in the head.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
Yes.
I'm so glad that the murderer has been caught.
Has he, though? Would very much like to go into your home and see if you have a broken walking stick. Came down here. Fireworks were going off. And this lady saw.
Such a young man, and already a murderer.
Vader, is the tip broken? It didn't look like that pole was broken.
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street.
Which might explain. That's an interesting clue, actually. either the very bright flash could have been reflected in that mirror, or perhaps there was something else that he saw in the mirror that was actually behind him and not in front of him. Oh, okay, that's the end of the street. We go that way, so no more clues this way. Let's see. Probably can't go any further than I'm going to guess that cart right there this way. Yep, can't go and interview those people. Let's go back down here. Take another look at the bodies. Okay. Object of interest. The question mark usually means that it's questionable as to whether it's actually involved or related. Poke around this dark corner a little. Papers on the ground. Let's put this trash. A shovel. Alright. This is the man that was in prison.
He tried to stop the bleeding.
Just bleeding, wound, prison tattoo. Alright. Well. Hey, Krob, how's it going? Did you not end up streaming tonight, Krob? I didn't see you on. There's more to this. Okay, so. Oh. Oh, right, I had some letters, I forgot. Lady Blackstall's confession. Did I read this already? Let's just read. I saw that I had an achievement and some people that I had from past cases had sent me letters, so. Probably fell asleep while working the super early shift this week, because this week because of a vacation in the department. Ah, yeah, that'll get you every time. Probably also doesn't help that we had that whole daylight savings garbo happening too. Dear Mr. Holmes, I finally found the courage to write you a letter. I can scarcely find the words to express my gratitude for your kindness. On that terrible day, I believed my life to be ruined, but at the same time, I realized there to be one person in the world who truly loved me and whom I loved in return. His name we both know. He is Captain Jack Crocker. His love has given me true reason to live. Even if we cannot be together in the end, none of this could have happened without you, Mr. Holmes. Sincerely. The Harpooner's Revenge. Okay. I know I've read that one. That's it? That's the only letters? Alright, fine. That's the old case. Or, those are the souvenirs, I should say. Krob, yeah, that too. Vader, yeah, Krob, you're waiting in front of your computer and no one streamed. The one time you took some time off to enjoy ME3. Oh. Krob. Vader, all you have to love autocorrect. Excuse me. Okay, so we have that Leighton was acquainted with one of the victims. We know that the old man needs some sort of a stick to walk because he has a limp and he's leaning against his doorway. We found a piece of wood that is more than likely a piece of a walking stick or cane. And we found this door key. I should go back and see if I can question him about the key. Well, that was on Butler's body, so he might not know anything about it. What else do we have? No documents. Conversation. Chronicle. which is our past cases, our souvenirs from the past cases, those some letters from the past cases, and then our character portraits. We have one more character portrait we need to get. Okay. Crab, you get off earlier tomorrow, so you might stream for it tomorrow afternoon then. Very nice. Okay, so short of me pushing past this man to go inside and look around. Whoops, that's not the button. Let's go back to Scotland Yard. I want to look at a few things. Oh, we almost made one whole revolution. Vader, you watched the last yesterday. It's getting interesting and you just stopped streaming. What's up?
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Oh, it would probably terrify you, Watson. Okay. So I don't think we're going to get any new information from the evidence. However, the gun...
These cigarettes are filled with
cheap tobacco.
a cheap watch.
Cheap watch.
So this is the gun that...
The gun and the two shots that were fired, because people heard 2 shots. Rob, you do want to beat ME3 before The Last of Us comes out on PC, because you're going to play the crap out of that. Oh, I cannot wait for that game to come out. It's too bad it got pushed back. It would have been awesome if it had released this weekend. Oh. Interesting evidence there. Right after the first season of the show, and then the game's out. Boom, that would have been awesome. Rob, yeah, the show final was very good. The show final was amazing. It was basically the end of the... I don't think I need to go to the morgue, but let's go anyways. The last episode was basically a shot-for-shot remake of the end of the game, which is awesome. Alright, this won't be any help because those bodies are still laying in the street. Alright, let me see if I can question him again.
Mr. Holmes?
Tell old Wiggins that I'll be fine. Tell old Wiggins that I'll be fine.
Okay, I can't. Alright, so let's do some deducting. Maybe that will open up some more. Alright, so let's go... Okay, 2 victims. Brian Vercotti and Kenneth Butler were both found shot in the dark and narrow Half Moon Street, which is located between Great Alley and Whitechapel High Street. Different shots. Mr. Turner heard 2 different consecutive shots. The second shot was louder than the first, which probably means closer. Vader, it's on Paramount, correct? The Last of Us is on HBO Max. Yeah, what Crab said. Okay, Turner's view. Mr. Turner said he remained near his window. Stop bugging me, watch. Remained near his window until Leighton was caught by the police who came from the direction of Whitechapel Street. However, dark window. Constable Morrow paid attention to Mr. Turner's window while he was running past the dead bodies. He did not observe anyone next to the window. It was dark there. So, we have our first conflicting statement. Mr. Turner stated that he remained at the window as flat until the police arrived. However, this is in conflict with Morrow's statement as the constable did not see anyone at the window. Right. Search Turner's flat. Mr. Turner said as he was standing near the window was flat the entire time. According to Constable Morrow, there's someone there. Talk to Mr. Turner and check the view from his flat. There should be something to explain his contradictory statements. Perfect. Oh, and we can just pass over there. I don't have to walk to the door. Vader, you do not have... Oh! Oh. Sorry, Vader. Rob, that's a good point. Vader signed up for that like 7-day free trial, binge the whole 10 episodes, and then just don't really let it renew. It's gonna be him talking to
Why are
Williams
you
again.
looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
I ain't a thief.
Oh, no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
Uh-huh.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Thanks.
Mr. O,
Yeah, he's fine. Mr. Turner. Contradiction of statements.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
Turner's contradiction. Piece of wood. Westgate prisoners. Turner's contradiction.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Yep. Kim.
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
Ain't that the truth? Vader, you had to quit all the pay watch on demand channels to give subs on Twitch. Very nice. Crap, it's only 9 episodes in easy binge. Yes, true. And I think a couple of them are even kind of short, so it's not even like it's 9 full hours.
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago.
What's that? Ashes. Burnt paper. Aha!
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
Interesting. Alright. That's all we have there. Be possible.
The paper.
No. Aha.
These words are illegible. The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
Methinks. Ha!
A perfect match. So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
Vader, nice you can do that. You did all the expensive ones in a week for your last rewatch through. You did all, what is it, 4 or 5 seasons of The Expanse in a week? Damn, that's dedication. That's a great
The books
show,
on
too.
this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
Vader, now 6 seasons. Oh, dedication. I like how I said, hey, let me see what window you're looking out of, and then I proceed to
Mr.
look
Turner
everywhere else.
was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
Vader, and there's another one coming out. There's another what? There's another what? Vader. Beta, every time a new season comes out, you start from the beginning. Another season. Is there really? I thought The Expanse was over. Season 7 Amos said so. Do you know any details about that? Because that's highly interesting.
This kitchen knife is quite sharp.
A sharp kitchen knife doesn't necessarily mean anything. Sweepings. Shredded paper.
There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
Anything else you would like to know, Mr. Holmes?
Maybe in a moment.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Indeed. Oh. Not that. So we've got... I'm going to say got up from bed, came over to the window, saw what happened, probably approached the body, came back up and shredded some papers. No, not papers. Broke the stick, then the papers, then the fire. So he hears the gunshots and gets up. Gets out of bed with his stick. Hobbles over to the window. We can fast forward this a little. Looks out. Sees who's down there. Hobbles down the stairs, out here, takes something, breaks his stick, hobbles back up the stairs, sets his broken stick down, comes over and shreds up some papers that he stole off the body, burnt them.
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Beta, they had those YouTube meetings where Amos leads the conversation. He said that Amazon agreed, so let's hope it comes true. That'd be awesome. Books. Fat prints.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look.
Moby Dick. Good choice.
Well now, what a find. A precious jewel concealed inside a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design, a distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
Something is definitely afoot here. Beta, I thought the book's name is Fat Prince. That would be funny. Alright, Mr. Turner, can you explain?
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
Rob, you don't know, man. There hasn't been any talk about new seasons. That's why you always tell people to watch it and get more download numbers. Yes, Watch The Expanse on repeat every day, all day. Okay, not every day. Watch the crap out of it. And another one that I would highly recommend if you like The Expanse and if you're a fan of sci-fi, watch The Orville. It is probably the best thing Seth MacFarlane has ever made, and I'm counting everything he's ever made when I say that. Vader, you watch like 3 times a year. Nice. You're limp, though.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Rob, you recommend the books. You're on 5 or 6. Yes, the books are great as well. And the books actually are different enough from the show where it's worth listening to them because they're their own unique experience. So even if you've watched the show, the books kind of are their own thing because of some of the changes they made.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Inquire into the bracelet. Investigate the ancient bracelet and find out how it could have appeared at Half Moon Street. Oh boy, that's going to mean going home, isn't it? Yep, search the archives. Vader, you have them, but you cannot get into them right now. Long story, but all your stuff is in a storage compartment. Ah, yes. Beat him a hit with the stick, Vader. That won't be necessary. Alright, let's return to Baker Street so I can consult my library. Can we make a full spin in the cart? Oh, almost. Alright, so if I'm correct, the bracelet was what the murder... Oh, the letters I received. A threatening letter. Mr. Holmes, no matter how famous the detective you may be, I must warn you, you have made a mistake in arresting my only and beloved son, Albert. And for what? For the murder of my husband? Everyone knows that he died of a heart attack. What is this fairy tale you have invented of a poisonous plant? Are you insane? You have no idea of my influence. I will crush you, Mrs. Barbara Dunn. Ooh. She didn't like that.
This is where I keep my post.
Oh,
This is
okay. That letter's a permanent letter. Search for the bracelet in the newspapers. Antique bracelet. Well, bracelet was found. It's yours flat. Okay, let's see here. Probably not here. No, no, no. Probably not. Encyclopedias, art and architecture. He said Greek times, probably. Okay, let's see if we can find something that's about Greek history.
That is not the one I need.
Roman?
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need.
All right, Holmes. Let me. Ooh, I don't want to. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Exit the game was easy. Okay, let me check the description of the item again. An antique gold bracelet that was found in Turner's flat is decorated with steel of ram's heads. Let's see. Said the notes where I was talking to myself. That's when he said it was ancient Greece. Don't interrupt me for such trivial garbage. Your Steam Deck has an update. I thought I'll bling 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 and put up a message. Stupid thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna update while I'm streaming. Dumb thing. Alright. This is a little annoying. Alright, let's look. Well, no, it wouldn't be in. Alright, hang on a second. 1883. Vader, I was hoping you look it up in the game if that actually helped, and it did. Eh? Oh, you're talking to crop. Gotcha. Wellington.
That is not the one I need.
No. Mystic treasure stolen?
That is not the one I need.
Art club, mystery, flying lobsters, go island. Well, Sunday, the Queen's Gold Jubilee, Ocean Main Disaster, Study in the Scarlet. Magical Strike, Jack the Ripper, Brazil Boss, Save Whitechapel Murders.
That is not the one I...
Naval Defiance Act. Adventure Scandal, The Adventures of Beachy, Scandal at Divine Syndicate. Explosion, Dock Strike, Rover, New Scotland Yard opens. The Great Blizzard. Utopia, Collision in Gibraltar, the Stealth System, Pictured in Gray. Temperature defeated, Gang defeated. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Gladstone, Prime Minister. East African Company, Benedict Mummy, Explosion at Holmes Pits. Rocket Gibraltar's Arrival. Malaria. Memorial, Uganda, Death, Duties. Okay, so probably not newspapers. Encyclopedias, Art and Architecture. Institute of British Architects, Antique Art of British Museum. These beautiful antique jewels represent a part of the Hellenistic treasure collection. Depicted are the 5 heads of mountain rams upon a bracelet, necklace, and ring, each made of pure gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rams of Mythline have been missing from the museum since 1885. Aha!
Here it is. I need to continue my research in my archives.
We're in the archives. Oh, use article about antiques. Yes. The antiques. Which article was that? This one. The Hellenistic treasures were stolen yesterday evening while being transported by cab on their way from the British Museum to the Glassford Fine Art Exhibition. Pawn shop owner Kenneth Butler contacted Scotland Yard that night and provided information regarding a gentleman who had attempted to sell him a collection of historical art at his pawn shop in Church Street. The police have since captured the described man, a professional thief by the name of Vincent Foley, who had been in the process of escaping London via the port. He was recognized by the surviving driver of the cab and had transported the collection of the Hellenistic treasures. Vincent Foley refuses to confess as to where the remainder of the treasures were hidden. He was eventually imprisoned. The lost treasures are still to be found.
Here it is.
Aha!
One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
To the pawn shop. Ah, perhaps this key will get us in. You with me, Watson? What are you doing all the way back there? Come on. Don't dawdle.
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly.
Aha! All right. Let's see. Clocks, bowls or ashtrays, some more clocks. Some nice junk. A flare pistol.
Perhaps it was pawned by a destitute sailor.
Interesting. Could that have been what caused the bright flash? Nothing else down there. Right. Ah, up by a lid. Let's examine the counter. This drawer first. Aha!
The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 Rams of Mittelin collection. Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
What's the letter? Hello, Kenneth. I remember you once told me about 3 pieces of gold jewelry with ram heads from ancient Greece. You still got them, right? Well, good news for you. I found a man loaded with money who's crazy about those jewels. He's ready to fork out a small fortune. I can arrange a meeting with this money bag for you, but I want you to cut me in on the deal. I'm waiting for you at the crossing of Great Alley and Half Moon Street on Sunday evening before the fireworks. Brian Bacotti. Vader, do you know how someone who plays the violin? Wink? Indeed. Holmes himself. Alright, so we found 2 of 3 pieces of the stolen jewels. And the ring was recovered when he was arrested. Ah, an accounting
It looks
book.
as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
Inquire into the bracelet completed. I would very much like to check. Solve the crime. Alright. This means we have to put a couple of clues together to get us on to the next track. So, the long-lost art and the butler's jewels. The collection of Hellenistic treasures was stolen from the British Museum in 1885. It has not been found since and is considered to be lost. Kenneth Butler took a bracelet and possibly a ring from the ancient jewel set, the 5 Rams of Mittel. He was arranging a deal with Brian Bacotti that was to discuss the Half Moon Street. No. How do I deselect space? Alright. Old acquaintances. Let's see. Ah. Latent statement and no. Okay. I was trying to make connections. Brian McCarty is an old acquaintance with Leighton Chapman. They were both in prison for robbery while still young men, but their paths diverged after release. No? Hmm. No. Hmm.
Crampons and a sharp ice axe would only be brought here by a mountaineer.
It's not exactly helpful, but okay. Alright, Holmes. Half Moon Street, Scotland Yard. Says solve the crime. So I'm thinking. I need to do a better job of deducing things. Okay. Alright, let's try sticking some of these together real quick. So we've got. Where's it up spinning? Old acquaintances. Jewels. Shots. Latent statement. Common statement. Lootless. There we go. Personal motive. The violent crime committed in Half Moon Street by Leighton Chapman could have had a personal motive. I suppose. Long lost art and victims, shots, statement, related statement. So we can not worry about the long lost art. 2 victims. Kenneth Butler and Brian Ficati were the victims of a double murder carried out by one person. Yes, yes. Vader, the wounds were inflicted very close, approximately. They might have known the killer and let him or her get close. A deal went bad. Find the ring and you have your killer, or save the cheerleader and save the world. One of those. I'm thinking. I'm kind of leaning towards the man that was shot in the head. He was the one bringing the jewelry pieces to the guy that was gut shot. The guy that was gut shot was the one that was going to sell them, or that was going to give him the contact to sell them. I think that they argued over how much the cut was going to be, and he shot him in the stomach. I'm just not sure how he got shot in the head. Or perhaps someone else crashed it? I don't know if there's I don't know if there's actually a third party involved is the thing. There are definitely 2 shots. Leighton's revolver and the different shots. Simultaneous shots. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots, as in fact 3 shots were made. At first, a single shot was fired, and then 2 guns fired simultaneously directly afterwards. Firing. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots as they were made from different points in Half Moon Street. Yes, Vader, but he did not have the necklace. The one that already has the ring knows about the other 2 parts of the full set. He didn't have the necklace, but he had the bracelet that the old man stole off of his body after he saw it laying in the street. He He was only bringing one of the pieces. And if I remember correctly, the police report said that the ring was recovered. Where do I have my... Maybe I don't have my... Although, to be fair, there's still a person we haven't met, so that could be our killer. I don't want to go all the way back and look it up. You must have missed that. I could be wrong. I thought it said that the ring was recovered at the time of when the guy was arrested, because I was pretty sure that was the proof used to convict and send him to prison. No time for a drink, Holmes. Let's meet back up with Watson. Let's go back to Scotland Yard real quick. I don't know if this is the right choice, but I want to see if I can talk to the kid again. He said he saw a bright flash. Could it have been a firework reflected in the mirror?
Tell Wiggins that'll be fine.
Fine. All right. Strahd.
Mr. Holmes, what is the trouble with that lad? Isn't he guilty of murder?
Nothing yet. Let's go back to the Half Moon Street then. Usually when you put a couple of deductions together, you can then use them. Here we go. The witness testimonies in the crime weapon clearly point to one possible culprit, Leighton Chapman, but I don't believe it. I need to make a choice there as well. Leighton's statements in the common statement. The person whom Leighton Chapman describes his statement as a figment of his own imagination created to vindicate himself. No, I don't believe that either, actually. 2 victims in the butler's jewels. Where the motive? The search for the missing Hellenistic treasures could be the motive for the crime that was committed at Half Moon Street. Mr. Turner picked up the bracelet directly after the murder, but the ring is still missing. Ah, Vader, you're right, the ring is still missing. The violent crime committed at Half Moon Street by Leighton Chapman could have had a personal motive. No. Burglary motive. This will begin to build our case. This one I'm not too certain about. This makes the most sense right now. But this has the little icon, and I can't remember what that little icon means now. Because it matches the icon in my book. This one. So that may mean that it's the...
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Would terrify you to no end, Watson. So I can't remember if the clue that has the icon means that it's the correct one, or if it just means that it's...
Wiggins, my lad, what are you doing
most
here?
likely.
You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
Assassin the copper. No, that's not an object of interest at all at this point. So Butler had the bracelet. The old man saw it laying here and thought, I'll go nab it and sell it later. So something about this mirror.
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street.
That mirror could quite easily have reflected. It's at the right angle. If a firework went off up there, reflected in the street, that would have been what dazzled him when he ran down the alleyway, chasing after the murderer.
I suppose that I shall have to move my stool now.
I guess so? I don't know. I don't know why you would. Vader, but they are lying in the opposite direction. They got shot from different sides. Potentially. Although that's only the case if Kenneth shot Brian in the gut because they were arguing over the split of the money, and then the murderer shot Kenneth in the head, which would explain why the shots sounded different. One was done at close range. Kenneth's shot would have been near the window if he was standing here when he shot Brian. And then if the murderer had been down here behind or slightly beside Brian when he shot Brian in the head, perhaps the man that was going to be, perhaps it was the man that Brian was introducing as the potential buyer. That shot would have been further from the window, which would explain why there was less. The noise was different. The other thing is that there are no, at least none that I've been able to find, there are no casings. Which means either the murderer had the wherewithal to think to pick up his spent brass or used a revolver. Interesting. I did say it was a bullet wound in his stomach, yes?
The bullet penetrated his stomach.
Yes.
A dreadful wound.
Alright, so it was a bullet. Ooh, I'm an idiot. I should have used the detective vision down here. Vader could also be that the killer shot at the young lad fleeing the scene and he saw the flash in the mirror. Potentially possible. Alright. Let's go back to our deduction board. 2 victims, that connects to nothing. Lost art doesn't connect, and this doesn't connect. So these 3 don't have connections to each other. Simultaneous shots. So this has this symbol, the check mark. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 shots fired as in fact 3 shots were made. At first, a single shot was fired, and then 2 guns fired simultaneously directly afterwards. That's possible. Like I said, I think the icon gives this validity. Did another one of these have the icon? No. So let's see what happens if we select simultaneous shots. What did it say? There was a possible crossfire between Kenneth Butler and Brian Barracotti at the Half Moon Street. Examine the dead bodies and perform a reenactment. Ah, perfect. Now we're on the track.
The bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
Okay.
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
Hello, Paul. You will do nicely.
This should be useful.
Vader, I think it is what you actually know. Yes, I do too.
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
Reenact crossfire complete. Watson, where are you? You're not even here. Can we be clever? Third shot. Two victims. Vader, you don't die from stomach wound right away. He could have shot Kenneth after he was wounded. True. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti both died of crossfire, with each of them holding a gun. One of the guns is now missing. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti were the victims of a double murder carried out by one person. Crossfire. See, we got a bunch of red, though. Still red. Luckily... Wait, can I unselect this? No, I can just switch back and forth, okay. Vader, you believe in the crossfire? Aha! Despairing man. Leighton Chapman's statement regarding the jacketed man who disappeared at Half Moon Street now seems reasonable, as the 3 shots at the crime scene prove the presence of a second gun that is now missing. There we go. Disappearing man. Talk to Constable Morrow and find out if it would have been possible to miss someone hiding in the shadows of Half Moon Street at the time of the crime. Officer Morrow? Constable.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood. I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Down. Ah, but he wouldn't have been looking. Because he would have been running into the street because of the gunshots. He would have came upon the bodies, saw no one at the window, came around the corner, continued to come down, and by then, the other constables at the end of the street alley...
No, this is not how I walked at the time of the crime. I was more attentive. Let's start over again.
Okay, then. He's more attentive. So then maybe he would have looked.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
So our constable is actually being very observant. Good. He would have seen him there. He would have came down. Wouldn't have seen anyone in the window, and he would have turned and came here, and he would have seen him here.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
Vader, if you find Batman now, you'll turn off the stream.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
All right. So, corners in sight. No one could have hidden the shadows of Half Moon, as a single run through this narrow street with a lamp would reveal in every corner. If we can assume that there was one more person in Half Moon Street at the time of the crime, then there was no way forward or back for his escape, only up. Let us reenact the action. Recreate the fireworks described by Layton and attempt to climb the wall. Up the walls. Ah. Interesting. Find the flare gun to emulate the fireworks and tools to climb the wall. Ah, luckily, we know exactly where to get those things. The pawn shop. I doubt we'll find Batman, Vader, though there was a Batman reference in one of the other games. It was quite humorous. We'll need the climbing gear.
These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
And the flare gun.
This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the flash of the fireworks.
Now, back to the street. Alright. I have a good feeling we're going to finish this evening, which will make me happy because I'm pretty positive this is the final case, and then we can continue on with the next game next Monday. Though I won't count any chickens before they hatch, and I will not put it past myself to get stumped. Was he telling the kid off again?
Look here, lad. You'd better go home and start thinking about what a fine pickle your brother's landed himself in.
Ha! But he'll be free tonight, 'cause he's innocent.
Don't be daft, lad. It's a closed case.
Yeesh. Alright.
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Layton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Layton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Layton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. Catch me if you can.
Which seems to have the best... There's cracks there. Let's try
The
this one.
streetlights fall directly on this wall.
Nope.
Not an ideal spot to escape the crime scene. It is also directly in front of Polly Powell.
Not that one.
This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
Let's try. Yep, the mirror. Oh. Damn.
I can barely see anything. Holmes? Are you there?
I should try climbing faster.
None? There was nothing. Okay. D. Click a lot. A. Click a lot. D.
I can barely see anything.
A. Click a lot. D. Click a lot.
Holmes?
A.
Are you there?
Click a lot.
Where is he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that.
But he can, if he came prepared.
Holmes? Holmes? Where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
This is the back door of the building with the attic floor that you required, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Constable. Hello?
Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket.
Shabby fabric, black threads.
A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope.
Indeed. Is there anything else to be gleaned? Probably not, but let's check anyways.
It's empty.
Pockets empty. Alright. Let's go back to Baker Street and use the microscope to check the threads. So, thread stained from a torn jacket. Follow the trace of the criminal and inspect the attic of the building that might have been used for his escape. Oh, don't worry. We'll be back.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Hello, Toby. All you need now is a shawl and a mop cap, and you could be Mrs. Hudson's younger sister.
Well then.
Let us take a closer look.
Chink.
It is not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human. I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair. A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair. Watson, could you please pass me your shaving brush?
Here you are.
Watson, look, what's outside the window?
Well, I don't see anything. Ouch! Holmes!
Oh, don't make such a fuss. One little hair.
Oh, Holmes.
Human hair is significantly thinner than the black sample. The horsehair is thinner than the hair that we found. So, this black hair belongs to an animal, and it is larger than a horse. A hair from a large and exotic animal.
What could it be? Large and exotic animal, you say? Vader. Ours is from rams or sometimes goats. Ah. The man who vanished from the crime scene at Half Moon Street could be a circus acrobat. He managed to scale a 30-foot high wall in a matter of seconds. Hair from a large exotic animal was found discarded in his jacket. Yes. Perhaps. What about trained monkeys? Ooh, could be. Wall climber. The statement. Vader apes are exotic and can climb. Very true. Lynn Chapman's statement regarding the mysterious jacket of men who participated in the shooting at Half Moon Street was proven to be true. Yes. Bazap. Vanishing act. The person who was seen by Leighton Chapman escaped the crime scene by climbing the wall. He was a skillful acrobat. The criminal took a gun from one of the dead bodies. Alright, ask Wiggins for help in finding the circus. Right. Whoops. Back to the street. We have to watch the constable talk to Wiggins again, aren't we? Sprint. Yep, here we go.
Mr. Constable, why did you become a constable?
Why? Because I wanted to serve Her Majesty, that's why.
And what about serving the people like us?
What? Your sort are the plague of London. Be quiet now.
Little street urchin. Vader can also be the bearded lady. It depends on the circus, that is. That's true. Wiggins.
Mr. Holmes?
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far.
That's
We
the good
found
news.
facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
Yay.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Yes.
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal. A very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, kid. Chop chop. Didn't quite put the pipe stem in his mouth when he did that, did he? Kind of just rests it on his lip. The next morning, very early.
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
Ah, it's a giraffe. No need to climb. Or a pachyderm.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show.
The marvelous dancing elephant.
Duval Brothers, a well-known traveling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
Duval Brothers Circus. What's this? Circus poster. Follow the trace to criminals back to the attic ability that might have used to escape. Question means this isn't so handy in the right circus. Follow the trace of the criminal. Oh, I wonder. Vader, you're not sure if the elephant was climbing, though. No, I don't think the animal climbed. I think that.
You! Stop right there.
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type of, artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? Nah. I don't think so. Clear off. You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Strongest man, eh? Ensure that your makeup disguise is suitable for entertaining the circus. Some facial hair, seedy suit, and a hat would work very well. Right. Back to get my disguise, then. Watson, drain the paper. Alright, let's see. Let's... frizzy hair. Bushy beard. Pair of glasses. Vader, that taxi is getting rich just with you riding back and forth. No kidding. Casual, black, brown, green, gray, light, bandit outfit. Farmer outfit, which is locked. Morning gown, which is locked. Sailor outfit, which is locked. These are all locked. Alright, let's go with the... brown, black, casual. I don't know why, but green suit says yes.
Holmes, I won't be able to join you. I promised to visit a patient today.
It's all right, Watson. I think that I can handle this alone.
Am I... what was the button to go to the third person? There was a button to go to third person. I don't remember what it was now. Alt? Shift? Oh, whatever it was. R, here we go. Sure, this should work. Let's try again.
I highly doubt that a lockpicker would wear an outfit like this.
Alright, fair enough, Holmes. What sort of disheveled outfit do we want to wear? Casual? Will that work, Holmes?
I highly doubt that a lockpicker would wear an outfit.
Alright, alright. Black suit. Brown. Okay. That's locked, that's locked, that's locked, that's locked. Bandit outfit. Let's try the bandit outfit.
Spectacles are unpopular among thugs. I don't want to arouse suspicion.
Oh, fine. I'll take the glasses off.
I'd better wear a shabby hat.
Oh, right. You want a shabby hat. Is that shabby enough for you? How about this one? Vader, so maybe a poor disguise might be better.
Stay where you are. What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Thank God, Holmes, I can't get used to your disguises.
Wow, Watson.
Thank you, Watson. That means I am ready to go.
Oh, Watson, you're too easy.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles Foley. And I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
Yeah, I've got it. Right, big thug. Now, before I go and do that, while you stand there staring at the gate like a giant ape, we'll look around a bit. Animal cart. No, can't get through there. Now let's go meet Mr. Foley. Vader, is he bouncing like he has baby legs? I guess. It's kind of weird. There's a little more bounce. Maybe he's walking differently though. Part of the disguise.
Everything is here, just as you asked. Now what about the money? Some of the barrels are wet. Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped. Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies. I want to be paid first. No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said. Right? I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout. Of course not. I'm a professional. Glad to hear it. Be ready for tonight, then.
He also has a cut in his arm. Climbing through the glass, maybe? What's in these? Black powder?
This wooden barrel is damaged. It is difficult to say what is inside.
Well, a hole like that, whatever it is, should have ran out, yes?
There is a spot on this barrel that was intentionally painted out. The crest of the Honourable Artillery Company. Could it be gunpowder? I need to be sure. Judging by the fractions and the scent, I can confirm that it is, in fact, gunpowder. The barrels are roughly clustered. It seems as though they were brought here in a hurry.
Press. Oh. Keep rising from limbs into lions.
From lambs into
sorry.
lions.
Ha, limbs.
Those are words of encouragement and defiance. That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a Robin Hood hat. Interesting. This poster was clearly made to fire up rebellion amongst the people.
Really, we're going to call it a Robin Hood hat? It doesn't have a proper name?
This printing press is old, but still quite capable of printing hundreds of pages per day. There are enough posters to paste across half of London's walls. Powder kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on a table over there. Open that.
Sure. First, let's build our profile. Take that save. Oh, where was it? Gun. Cutthroat. Taped fingers, agility, acrobat. The Rissing Ram's Head ring. I don't think we need to see much more. Though I would like to point out wounded arm. Men in tight hats. Men in tights hats. That's funny. Lockpick. Child's play, I'm sure. Oh god, I remember. I haven't played this in a long time. Okay, so... Elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary.
I need to find out what's behind this Charles Foley.
Well, I did what he asked. I opened the lock. Now what?
I need...
Well... Opens the lock. What else does he want me to do? Whatever. Charles Foley wears an antique ring, the last missing piece of the 5 rounds of material jewelry set, and also a revolver retained under his belt. It proves that Charles Foley is our mysterious jacket man who simply innumerably escaped the crime scene of Half Moon Street. Does indeed. Right. There we go. We had to make the deduction.
Ah. Well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Jailed thief, Turner's Lamp, Westgate. Westgate prisoners. Oh no! Select the correct answer.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Duh. Jailed thief.
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for me craft.
Well, he died. 7 days ago, in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Gosh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight, and you better mind yourself.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know about.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on the corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal.
Deal. Alright, let's check. Charles Foley. The rebellious poster. And follow the trace of the criminal. Okay. I either didn't finish inspecting the attic or it's just this is part of it. Find and examine the secret lock at Notting Hill Manor. Aha. Oops. Let's go to the manor. Okay.
Here I am at the manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures.
Vader, raise up. What is it? Beltaloda? Yes.
This lock is quite old. It shouldn't be much of a challenge.
Child's play, really? Oh.
I need to find where the safe is hidden and lockpick it.
Mallet. Trapdoor. Going to go upstairs. Pearls. All right. Must be down in the basement then. Though it didn't give me a prompt to interact with that hatch. Could still very well be the right spot. Rope. Bookcase. Let me guess. It'll slide away or
This
something.
cupboard is an absolute mess.
Oh. No, he's just upset.
Several books have fallen from the shelves. It seems as though this cupboard can be moved. I'll give it a try.
Shove. Hello, beautiful.
So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see.
Ah. Interesting. Let's put that there. Put the bigger window here. Ooh. Here we go. There we go. Another one.
What a surprise. Another lock. And I won't be able to pick it. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. It might prove a decent fit. I suppose they hired me to only open the first lock. Let us wait for the thieves, trap them, and find out. Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the front door.
Well, they come out this door.
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
So let's...
A solid rope. This chair is very solid and well made. This should be useful. This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
Okay, can't take the rope yet.
This door leads to a kitchen, which holds the shortest route to the back door.
Lock with the chair.
The door is now blocked. The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police.
Not if we shove this cupboard in front of it, though.
That is quite a heavy cupboard. This works very well. No one will escape through this window now.
Maybe you can hang yourself now. Duh.
The thieves won't attempt to escape through the front door if the police are right behind it.
These windows are all boarded up.
I wonder what this old chandelier is doing on the floor. It looks as though it was poorly attached. I suppose that the thieves already tried to open the lock with this formidable hammer, but they were unsuccessful.
The rope and the chandelier. Perhaps.
This should be useful.
One rope, one chandelier.
if anyone takes the hammer, the rope will uncoil and make the chandelier fall.
Yo. Now, let's go upstairs, make sure there's no potential escape routes. The second floor window.
Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape.
Foolhardy, for sure.
A simple but rather attractive bead necklace. This should be useful. If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open the door, the chandelier will knock him down. Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape.
Unless I place this beads.
This is the perfect place to set a trap. One step on these beads, and our thief will go flying. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined.
And back down.
Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly.
Perfect. Let's see, we're about
The thieves
done. Ah. Diverted into the kitchen and out the door. So, how do we block up the... Aha! The hatch.
This hatch leads to a cellar. There is no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance to get out.
Cloth? Can I take one of these? Vader, yeah, that'll do it. Yes. Just need to... Carpet, there we go.
This should be useful.
I love when a good plan comes together.
Now, it's not an open hatch, just a nice carpet on the floor. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined.
This would not be fun.
Now, if a thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay
Hannibal
a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later with Charles Foley and his companions.
Excellent. I think we're about to wrap this up.
Police! Police! Stop where you are!
Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
Well, you sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How'd you know about that? Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, What are you doing here? Did you follow me?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well, in this instance. So now, let us catch the big fish. But this man is not one of the merry men?
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers.
Well, no kidding. Ah, yes. Treasure.
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
I'll see you soon, dear brother.
Don't move, you flimflammer.
Flimflammer.
The trap with the chandelier worked perfectly. Charles Foley has been knocked down. One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious.
Good. Because he's probably that big brute.
One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious.
Beautiful. And now, Watson.
Holmes, I had no doubt that you would catch the thieves.
What a beautiful collection of art. It was thought lost.
Now we can solve the case. Follow trace criminals with the attic building. Okay, so do I have to go back there? No. Let's put these together. Get our the antiques discovered inside the hidden safe, the abandoned manor at Nothing Hill, represent the collection of the Hellenistic treasures that were stolen in 1885 and considered to be lost. This connects to Foley's vengeance. Charles Foley organized the theft of the Hellenistic treasures, which was related to the double murder at Half Moon Street. Leighton Chapman was a witness to the crime. Charles Foley will be imprisoned for organizing a grand theft. Since he is not directly guilty of murder, his sentence will be shortened. Condemned Foley. Charlie Foley organized and executed a wicked plan of revenge with the added theft of ancient and valuable treasures. He deserves the rope. Huh. He's not guilty of the murder. Wait a minute. Yes, he is. Isn't he? He's shot. Charles Foley's wearing an antique ring, the last missing piece of the 5 million. Yes. They all connect. And that's all the clues we have. I can't. Simultaneous shots. Wait, no, they killed each other. He just stole the stuff and ran. Fair enough. We'll send him to prison for the theft, but not the murders.
Charles Foley, you were a witness to a double murder. You were standing next to Vercotti when Butler fired at your accomplice. The jeweler missed him, but they proceeded to kill each other with simultaneous shots. Even if your intention was to retrieve the stolen treasure, you did not intend to kill. I shall inform Inspector Lestrade of that fact, so your sentence should be the lighter.
You are a fine gentleman, with your fake pity.
I do what I think is right. It is never due to pity. Farewell, Foley. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
Unfinished business? Something to do with the merry men? Indeed.
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs, honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street, and all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the New Lands, America, Australia, and we are many. But men we are still, and we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange.
Oh.
No life shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this night.
Yeah,
that is a radical step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves, together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see justice, then? Kids go to prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people? Sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
No. The one time bread was actually named in a game. Yes, exactly. Powder trail through the cigarette. Bucket of water through the cigarette. No, I will not let you blow up the stock exchange.
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
Kaboom! Oh, I like that.
So, you're interested in Russian literature now?
Quite, lately.
It is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines.
That was mean.
Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. There were also a few words along the lines of, pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire. For without it, we would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting the one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
What a jerk.
Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our attention?
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour. She urges you to remove your...
Oh, I don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait, what? A lady?
Oh. A half-moon walk. Bader. One barrel would have done that many, a little more than a block. Yeah. Knowing Holmes, though, he might have gone and emptied some of the barrels and moved in empties. So that there would just be a small boom to make them think he had blown it all up. The rain sounds like popcorn. I was wondering why he had the window wide open when it was raining so hard. No doubt Charles Foley will be imprisoned. He organized the theft of ancient treasures that rightfully belonged to the British Museum. In fact, his band was hired by the Merry Men, who planned a revolution in London, but he did not directly commit the murder at Half Moon Street. You have decided that under any circumstances, his sentence can be shortened. Clues found 18. Conclusion, Foley's vengeance. Moral choice, absolve Foley. Hold to change your conclusion may spoil game experience. Replay ending or accept decision. Accept decision. Warning, you're about to finish the case. The save files from the case will be removed. Press no if you would like to select another moral choice. Press yes. I agree. Your ranking. People solved the case the same way, 97%. People made the same moral choice, 17%. Wait, 97% of people figured out the same conclusion, but they all sent him to hang? Monsters! And there we go. We have finished Crimes and Punishments. The one thing that I want to see... I'm not going to sit through the credits if I don't have to. There we go. Later, people are mean. No kidding. I've avoided seeing what the conclusion was to each of them. So, I'm going to see if I can figure it out now. Will it let me check them all? I think it will. In the casebook. Half Moon Walk. Alright. Fate of Black Peter. Let's see. Vader, Krob just killed a guy just because he said so. Just because he said. Krob just killed a guy just because he said so. Do not take him 1 second to decide. So, Carnes is guilty. People solved the case the same way. People made the same moral choice. So I got that one right. Carnes was guilty, and we got all of the clues. In ME3? Yes. I figured that's what you meant. Riddle on the rails. We said the Mexicans sealed in the Chileans. No, I was incorrect about this case. Oh no. 22% of the people solved the case the same way. 58% made the same moral choice. Bloodbath. I said that Pitkin killed them with the ice knife. No, and I missed a clue. Shame. 3% solved it the same way? Oh dear. The Abbey Grange affair. The captain is the killer. Absolve Captain Crocker. Ah, this one I got right. Excellent. The Kew Gardens drummer. Albert is an accomplice. Oh, I hope I got that one right. No, Albert wasn't the accomplice. Bummer. 3% of people solved it the same way. And a half moon walk. And of course we got that one correct. How could we not have? Alright then. Well, seems I didn't do so hot in some of those middle cases, but that was like 2 years ago at this point, so whatever. Maybe you only saw the garden in this one? Yes. Because it was 2 years ago when I played the others. If you want to go back and watch them if you're bored, please consider doing so over on my YouTube channel. Did that not work? It didn't work. No, work! Work! Oh, my link's broken. Oh well. Probably because there's an update from my Elgato. Yes, the full playlist is over on my YouTube channel if you want to check out the other cases. And we will... Vader, already on your playlist. Excellent. Next Monday, I will be starting Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter. Wondering if what Watson said at the end about the woman asking to use the storage space isn't tied to that. So next Monday we will start, I should say, The Devil's Daughter, and of course I will be back Friday night to continue playing. Oh, we're starting another game on Friday. That's right. So we're 2 new starts. Vader, I know her. Was married to her. Oh, Vader, I'm sorry. We'll be starting the next game in the Dark Pictures anthology called Little Hope. So, I hope to see you there. And I'm almost positive there's no one for me to raid, but Twizzled is being a wizard. Well, we'll raid Twizzled and we can go watch him be a wizard. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it. I hope to see you either Friday or next Monday, depending on when you can join us again. Until then, have a wonderful night. Crub, Shockface, Veda, yay, have a good night. Yes, thank you. I will see you all next time. Until then, have a wonderful week. Please, as always, stay safe out there. Good night, everyone.
I'm being raided by Ultra. Ultra, party of 3, Ultra! Ultra. Ultra.